The top-end luxury sector is where car makers come to brag about their technology and their proficiency. In fact, any car maker that's hoping for premium status has to prove its worth in that segment. However, there's another reason why the top-end sector is so important. It's where tomorrow's innovations and technologies are showcased maybe years before they come into the motoring mainstream.
Audi has been a member of this exclusive club for many years, although it has to be said that the A8 has never managed to attract as many buyers as the much more established Mercedes-Benz S-Class or the BMW 7 Series. Instead, it's been considered an eclectic choice, attracting non-conformists and freethinkers intent on acquiring something a little different. Audi hopes to change that perception with this latest generation A8.
The A8 looks like an Audi, and a big Audi at that. The large single-frame grille, framed on either side by the stern stare of the headlights and also the daytime running lights, are a perfect, if somewhat predictable, expression of the Audi design approach.
However, despite its bulk, this is not a flabby fat cat car. The smooth sculpted flanks and the narrow side glass apertures hint at clean aerodynamics, while the wide low stance and the accentuated rear haunches provide some visual muscle too. The rear treatment is tidy and elegant, with large taillight clusters adding colour, shape and texture to the tautly drawn lines. However, it can also be this car's least flattering angle, because the broad C-pillar and the long rear overhang emphasise the car's bulk from some perspectives. Even so, this is a car that understates its size, while expressing substance and agility in a single, arresting package.
But wait until you step inside the Audi. Interiors have always been this brand's strongest suit, and the A8 is no exception. There's space, style and comfort in abundance, and this MMI control system has yet to be bettered by the other brands.
MMI is short for Multimedia Interface and reaches new heights in the A8. It even includes a touchpad as a way to interact with and adjust the system's various features and settings, from navigation to suspension setup, from the superb sound system to the integrated telephone. The quality of materials and the visual appeal of the cabin are indisputably upper league, with an approach that is also unmistakably Audi, and proudly so. And while there's ample space and while the features list is extensive, this interior remains an inviting place. Audi South Africa has gone all out to make the A8 an attractive proposition. The specification levels are virtually full house, leaving the options cupboard all but bare. The seats are not only electrically adjustable, but also offer heating, cooling and a massage function. Perhaps the only criticism is the boot, which, on paper at least, offers 500 litres of cargo space, but somehow it doesn't appear big enough for a car in this sector, and let's face it, a Fendt trailer just wouldn't look right.
There's no problem with the capacity of the engine, however. The lusty, lively 4.2-litre V8 uses quad cams and direct fuel injection to produce 273 kilowatts of maximum power and 445 newton-meters of torque. That urge is transferred to the Quattro all-wheel drive system via an 8-speed automatic gearbox.
The transmission is a beaut, with smooth, seamless changes in automatic mode, but it can also be operated manually via shift panels. Just as well, because all too often large luxury sedans focus mainly on providing high comfort levels and lots of kit, but are found lacking in terms of driver enjoyment. The A8 suffers no such flaws. It is rewarding to pilot.
One of the highlights of the dynamic talents of this car is the steering, which is just the right amount of weight and feedback to ensure close communication between car and driver. The air suspension is fully adjustable, but even in the comfort setting it doesn't feel soggy. There's always taut composure here, and a lot of traction, of course, from the Quattro all-wheel drive system.
The Audi's ride is composed and fluid, with enough firmness to ensure composure and some sporty flair. But there's nothing jarring or crashy about the damping, just smooth authority and control. In reality, it means being able to pilot the A8 through corners with confidence and enjoying the experience. In fact, it finds perfect middle ground between the wafty ride of an S-Class and the sporty demeanour of a 7 Series. The A8 driver gets the best of both worlds. Part of the reason is the aluminium space frame and the resultant reduced unsprung mass. The A8 feels nimble and wieldy, adjectives you wouldn't normally apply to a car that's more than 5 meters long and 2 meters wide.
And yes, it does go like the clappers too. The 0 to 100 time in this car, 5.7 seconds. Top speed electronically governed to 250 kilometers an hour. But for me, one of the most impressive aspects of this car is the fuel consumption. Given the size and the bulk you're talking about here, under 10 liters per 100 for the combined cycle is pretty impressive.
Frankly, it would take some circumspection to achieve that figure, but even so, our test average of around 11 litres per 100 kilometres, including some spirited mountain pass driving, proves just how efficient the A8 package actually is.
The Audi A8 is up against some tough competition in a segment where brand equity and heritage are often more important than sheer product excellence. But having said that, this car offers a compelling package where space, comfort and style are counterbalanced by dynamic agility and sophisticated technology.
In fact, balance is what the A8 is all about. It acknowledges all the divergent requirements of the buyers in this league and addresses those comprehensively.
With the healthy power of an efficient V8 linked to a slick 8-speed autobox and quattro all-wheel drive, the new A8 is a much more dynamic machine than expected. It also has a best-in-class cabin, peerless build quality and high-tech features on its side, but the styling lacks overall distinction, even though it is unmistakably Audi.